Well, he won't, because hello and welcome to Behind the Spires. I'm Ed, and this is...
Hi guys, I'm Molly, and we are your friendly neighborhood city employees.
Yes, come join us behind the Spires, where we will bring the business of Frederick forward, highlighting updates on Frederick's projects, policies, and events.
Each week, we're bringing a special guest with us behind the Spires, and joining us today, we have Dr. Sue Paul, and she is a leader in brain health and aging innovation, and she's here to talk to us about a really exciting opening happening in the city of Frederick soon, SeniorScapes, which is an exciting initiative that's reimagining public spaces to better support older adults. And a SeniorScapes park is coming to Monocacy.
Perfect.
End of the month.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
If you're not watching us on video, you can catch our lovely mugs here on YouTube at City of Frederick, Maryland. Of course, you can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and other podcasting services.
And we've got a very exciting update from the City of Frederick's boards and commissions.
Yes.
Want to make a difference right here in Frederick?
I do.
Okay, great. The city is looking for passionate residents to serve on boards and commissions that help shape our community on topics like housing, sustainability, public art, historic preservation, and more.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I hear that serving on a board or commission is a great way to partner with the city, to share your expertise and to get involved in issues that you care most about.
And that's true. You heard correct. If you have an interest, please consider applying. It's your city, your voice, your opportunity to lead.
It's my city and I want it now.
That's right. Your participation plays a direct role in shaping Frederick's future.
Visit frederickmd.gov/boards commissions to see a full list of opportunities, find meeting information, and submit your application.
That's right. So check it out. And after the break, we will be back with Dr. Sue Paul. See you there.
Registering for City Alerts is a great way to keep you safe if you live, work, or play and visit in the city. COF Alerts is the official City of Frederick emergency alert system that is designed to alert, warn, and notify residents and businesses of emergency situations. We use Frederick County government's Everbridge alert system to provide this critical service. You pick how we can reach you. You can receive alerts via text, email, and push notifications from Everbridge. COF alerts may be sent for emergency situations such as snow emergency declarations, police and security alerts, major water system issues, and hazardous weather. You may also sign up for automated weather alerts from the National Weather Service, such as watches and warnings for tornadoes, winter storms, and flash flooding. Remember, stay safe by staying informed.
And welcome back. And here in the most comfiest chair in City Hall is Dr. Sue Paul.
Dr. Sue Paul, thank you so much for being with us today.
It is my pleasure to be here.
We're so happy you're in the studio with us. Before we get started talking about the amazing news of the SeniorScapes Park, can you give us a little bit about your background and kind of what led you to focus on aging and senior wellness?
Of course. So I've been an occupational therapist for almost 35 years now, and I've spent the majority of my career working with older adults. I specialized in like Alzheimer's and dementia kind of early, back in the 2000s, early 2000s. And so I've dedicated, my whole career to figuring out that animal. What are the pitfalls of aging? I did a lot of home health where, especially in the Frederick area, where, I would make recommendations for continuing with this sort of exercise program or this sort of mobility or these kind of things that you could do on your own, after you're discharged from rehab, and typically that just kind of falls by the wayside for whatever reason, lack of resources, lack of assistance, lack of environment that supports that. So so that's sort of what led to this this idea years ago.
Yeah. And so for listeners who haven't heard yet, talk to us about SeniorScapes.
Oh, it's so exciting. So again, thank you for having me, because this is so fun. So the whole idea of the park came about because I met a family who was really struggling. It was a woman my age who had 2 boys, and then she also had 2 parents that had different stages of Alzheimer's. So the father was in the early stage, and it was his job to keep an eye on the mother, and she was in the middle stages. So he was forgetful. He didn't realize that he was supposed to be watching her all day, and she was just wandering and hoarding and leaving the house. And so when the daughter would come home from work with her 2 boys, she never knew what she'd find. One or both parents be missing, car would be missing, just a mess. And she was just beside herself. She'd come in the door and lock everybody in. At night, the boys couldn't play sports or go to friends' houses. And I said, is there nowhere you can go? Yeah. She's like, no, we can't go to the movies or the mall or a restaurant. There's no place we can go as a family. And I was like, gosh, if I had a bag of money, I would build you a place where your whole family could go.
Right.
And that was 12 years ago. Driving home from that visit, I passed a park and I saw children playing on age-appropriate equipment, and the families are sitting around talking together and socializing. And I was like, why is there no place like this for the largest tax-paying demographic? Like, where do they get? So that's when the idea kind of came about. So 12 years ago.
Was it like a bolt of lightning, like Eureka? Like you literally were driving by and like, oh my goodness.
It really was. And I haven't been able to put it down since, And I went to the mayor and I said, let's build a park for seniors. And he said, okay, let's do it. And I said, great. And I thought it would take a couple weeks and we'd have a park. and here we are 12 years later and we're getting a park. So so we're doing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's exciting.
Well, how is this park different than like a typical park?
Okay.
Yeah.
For someone who's not familiar with like the difference between a senior park
right.
or just a regular playground park.
Well, so many things. Most seniors at this point, the way parks are designed now, they get a bench. Like that's really the thought is about a nice sedentary, pretty place for an older person to sit and watch and be a spectator.
Right.
So this whole park is designed around an interaction and engagement. First of all, it's convenient. So the parking lot is right off the space. The space is about 1/3 of an acre. It's flat. So the things that make it sort of senior centric are parking. There's a drop-off zone, a bathroom, water fountain, shade, accessibility with handrails and things like that. And then all of the features inside the park are kind of designed around healthy aging. So we have mobility and cardiovascular exercise and resistance exercise and balance and brain games and there's so many things inside the park that are especially geared toward an older adult. And then lastly, it's dementia friendly in the sense it's fenced in with a split rail fence, just to kind of prevent the wandering. And so if a caregiver wants to bring their loved one there and they just want to walk around, the caregiver can relax a little bit, that they're not going to wander off. And it also keeps the skateboarding kids from zooming through the space, which makes everybody
keeping people safe.
Safer.
Yeah, everybody feels better.
During the groundbreaking, you mentioning that it's also for like the caregiver to have the peace of mind to just be able to like walk themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even think about that. I mean, my parents are not at that stage of aging yet. So like I never thought of that before. Like the woman you described who has the 2 parents and the kids, and just like the burden of the caregiver and giving them a space too. Like that's incredible.
It's a huge thing. That was a big consideration.
Yeah.
I was like, what about that caregiver? Because they have to age well too. We have to take care of their health issues as well. So, yes, they can just relax, which is one thing.
Right.
Kind of unburden the supervisory, component. But also if you've ever been a caregiver, you second guess yourself all the time. Am I doing enough?
Right.
I'm not doing, but this is a way to say, gosh, there's so many things here that they can do.
Right.
With their parent or loved one or, on their own. And then they themselves can go exercise and just walk and use the fitness equipment and practice your balance and engage with other people, which is huge, having that social component.
Right.
Yeah.
And so how did you choose Monocacy as the space?
Well, it was the last of 31 parks
Oh,
that I toured in Frederick.
Were you like, nope.
No, because, it's funny because park space is generally leftover space,
Right.
So it's near a retention pond. It's down a hill. It's across the soccer field. There was nowhere that was accessible. And I was like, there's got to be like, oh, look, that beautiful flat space you can have on the other side of the field. I'm like, well, how do we get there? I got to walk a quarter mile to get across this field.
Right.
So, and it was the last space and I'm like, let's do it right here, so that, in the 100-year flood zone. So fingers crossed that we have 99 years to go. That will be good. But so that's where it's going to be. It's a great spot.
Yeah, it's like accessible to parking, like you mentioned, like a flat space.
There's a children's playground right nearby. There's basketball courts. There's pickleball. There's something for everybody at this park now. And now we have like something actually for, the 55, 60 plus person.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like, what kind of research though, and community input went into designing this space?
From a research perspective, that's actually what I spent my doctorate doing. Was researching these 6 tenets of healthy aging and all of the components of the park that support these healthy aging tenets. So basically, you can really do a lot to address chronic disease, which is like that's the big pitfall for everybody, because stroke, heart attack, cancer, and diabetes is what the big 4 killers are as you age. So, there's an antidote to that at the park, just by movement and being in nature and socializing and all the things. So it is heavily researched and supported by, all the evidence that's available. And then as far as getting community input, this has been a process over so many years because I've been talking about it for so long. So I met with the neighborhood groups. I met with like the senior living industry players, all the senior support services in the area. They're all aware about it. Rehab companies. Recently, I met with the low vision support group in Frederick to have, what would you guys like? And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're considering my input here. Yes, yes, low vision is a thing, and how can we help accommodate that in this space? What kind of signage works well for you? What kind of contrast do you need on the sidewalk so that you know where the edges are? Things like that. I've met with so many different groups trying to get their input. What would be helpful to you? What would be meaningful to you? Yeah, and it's funny because they didn't really have there's nothing to compare it to, like, oh, I saw this park, I would like that. They needed the prompting, like, what if you could walk, on this big, wide, flat surface, for a third of a mile, what would you think of that? Wow, where can I do that? I'm like, and there's a bench every 50 feet. So if you need to sit, you can sit, and they're like, oh, that would be great. And so as I'm proposing these thoughts, they're like, wow, that would really be helpful.
You're so thoughtful for like including all these, like, because you have the background, and you have all that, and then you're bringing all these community groups in, like the NACs. It's funny because when we had back to the groundbreaking, we posted it on our social media, and those were a lot of the questions, like, oh, well, what input are you getting, and like, how is this informed? And we're like, just wait, right. It is informed. And so were they like, you had to prompt them because there is no space, right? That's why.
So I'll give you a story. So I had a lady I was working with, and I used to ask all of them, do you ever go to the park? What do you do? Tell me about the park. Oh my gosh, I love going to the park. And I said, what do you do? Well, my husband drops me off because the park is basically a cul-de-sac and there's no parking close by. So the husband would kind of drive around the cul-de-sac and let her out, and she would walk over to the bike rack and she would do all of her exercises holding on to the bike rack. And she goes, and then he comes around and picks me up again, and then I leave. And I'm like, well, do you go into the park? And she's like, oh no, the bike rack is the perfect size. I can hold on to the bike rack and do everything I need to do. And I said, well, why don't you go into the space? And she goes, oh my gosh, because there's so many kids in there and I'm afraid they're going to run me over. Oh. And plus, this bike rack is just perfect to hold on to. So I said, well, what if we had bars that you could hold on to and do your exercises at, and designed for you, and parallel bars and balance equipment and things like that. And she's like, well, where is this park? So I was like, it's coming. So I had to prompt her with like, what if you could practice walking across different surfaces, holding on. Yes. You could walk on a balance beam, like a log across a river, holding on, like you could do those kind of things at a space that was designed to be safe. And she was like, oh my gosh, where's that? So
like, just wait.
I know, yeah. So
Summer 2025.
I have a pocket full of those sort of anecdotes that really informed, what they need or what they would like to see or what they don't even know they could try.
Oh my goodness, I love that. So how will also like residents' quality of life be improved from the not only like the cool physical and mobility and cognitive stuff, but like the social connection too?
Yeah. Well, gosh, did we learn this lesson throughout COVID?
I mean, did we? 2020, no.
Like the isolation of the older adult was just it was a deadly awakening, like there was such a problem with that. And the whole time I'm saying, well, gosh, if we just had an outdoor space designed for seniors that they could go and socially distance in a safe place, outdoors, still be engaged in their neighborhoods, in their environment.
Yes.
Like if only we had that, So yeah, that was like the biggest, I didn't have to argue that point very hard. It was obvious to everyone, So quality of life just in being outdoors, first of all, nature, exposure to nature has a lot of benefits to depression, anxiety, even nutrition, because you make healthier choices just from being outside.
Right.
And then the socialization aspect is just absolutely huge, I met so many isolated seniors even prior to COVID who, they have a mobility challenge and they just don't feel safe going anywhere.
Yeah.
Or, they need to use a restroom and the restrooms are always too far away and it really does limit them.
Right.
So we have a bathroom on site, so it's every consideration of getting them back into their community again,
I love it. And we heard from, we put out like an email. If you have any questions about the podcast, or you want to hear something, one of the very first emails we got was, what are you doing for seniors? And you said it, largest tax contributors, fastest growing population in Frederick. What are you doing for us? And so this is just fantastic.
I know.
We were just wait.
The timing sounds so serendipitous. Look, it's been in the works for so long, But
can you talk about that a little bit, the 12 years? So you came, and you don't have to do the whole rigmarole, but you came, you proposed it, and then it was just
because I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I was a therapist wanting to do a good thing,
right?
As Sue. And that really wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until about 2016 where I formed SeniorScapes as a nonprofit.
Okay.
Realizing I needed to have an entity of, and a board and that way I was able to, get a seat at the table a little more but it's still so conceptual, and I had no money. I mean, I can't, it's hard to raise money based on a concept, especially an unproven concept or one that's not very prevalent,
Right.
So I just relied on the good graces of a lot of people who contributed to just stuff, I need a website or I need a video or I need a concept drawing, and people would just chip in and help me get that going.
Yeah.
So then I was able to meet with the city of Frederick and get an MOU to build the park in 2017. And they gave me, I think 2018. I had a deadline to get it done. So we're at the deadline and shoo. We're just making it in. Yeah. Oh, we're just making it under the deadline. But yeah. And then, so I got the MOU with the city of Frederick and I just needed to raise the rest of the money. And then COVID hits and everything stops and everything doubles in price pretty much. So,
yeah. Construction, everything.
Construction, supply, delays, is this ever going to happen? The dream got further away actually.
Yeah.
After that. And then we were able to get a CBDG grant through the city also, and that's what closed the deal. Oh, and then also the Asbury Foundation came forward and gave us a big check to get this done.
Yes, that's what we need.
Yeah.
Now, how did the city's Parks and Rec team collaborate with you guys? Will there be any future or further collaboration after the ribbon cutting?
Yeah, so it's pretty much a turnkey thing. We give it's a park improvement project, so we improve the park and we give it back to the city of Frederick to maintain. And I mean, I'm not going to obviously, I can't just walk away from this. I got to make it better and better and better.
Oh yes.
So some of the
You're
things.
not one to let things. Just
Because honestly, we're getting it done, and it's probably 90% of all the bells and whistles I wish we could put in there.
Okay.
We're missing a large pavilion.
Okay.
Which we just didn't have the funds for yet. We'll have to future fundraise for that. So there's a few things that I'd still like to include in the park, and then the programming behind it. I think there's there'll be a lot we can do, honestly, around can we bring in farmers markets? Can we bring in,
oh, nice.
Solve that nutrition component to it. Food trucks, if you're going to have a walk of some event that benefits seniors, like the Alzheimer's walk, can that be a gathering place or there's a lot we can do just with the space and making it a destination for, all things related to healthy aging.
Even some, you mentioned programming, having a class.
I'm
sure you've thought of it all.
Of
a
course.
Tai Chi or a nice yoga class.
Yeah.
Mobility.
Yep. And I've talked to the Parks and Rec team about what sort of things they can offer I'd like to have a little bit of a hand in educating them about what the infrastructure of the park can do.
Absolutely.
Because there's so many considerations that I want them to take advantage of,
Yes.
you know? Like, for example, the putting green doubles as just like a flat space to do Tai Chi or yoga or, you know, some kind of class outdoors. You know, there's just been kind of double consideration to a lot of things. So
Can you give, because that was going to be a question too, like what are the really cool things that you want to highlight? Like putting green. I mean, what else do we have?
well, a couple of my favorite things,
your
my favorite features, the surface challenge. And this is a 20-foot long set of parallel bars, basically.
Okay.
But you walk across 5 different panels, different surfaces.
Mm-hmm.
So you're walking across turf, like grass. You're walking across rocks. You're stepping over logs. You're stepping like kind of between some sticks. So you have to mix up your gait pattern a little bit, which is, you know, not everything is smooth and flush everywhere you go.
Right.
But in most senior environments, they are, you know, so they don't get that chance to really challenge they're not going to just cut across the grass.
Right.
Because it's too risky, you know, but this is a place they can practice safely walking across different surfaces.
I love it.
Yeah.
And what about cognitive stuff? Sorry.
Oh, brain games. Yeah. The brain games will be kind of embedded, and that's something that'll be an ongoing improvement also, because I need to, little proof of concept, but you know, some sidewalk kind of games that you could play, like stepping across these circles in this kind of sequence, or, you know, because thinking and moving at the same time, it's called dual tasking.
Yep.
That's a big component of fall risk. So if you can address your, you know, your cognitive and physical demands at the same time, you're really upping your dual tasking ability. So it's a really good fall thing. So I want them moving and thinking at the same time.
Yes.
There'll be a little scavenger hunt maybe.
Yay.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, if you're concerned about your balance, you tend to look down at your feet, right? You're looking at the surface. You're always looking down. Also, when you have dementia, you kind of stop scanning your environment too. So basically, as you age, you might get a little rigid and not turn your head as much or rotate your trunk as much. So the whole idea of this is lift your head up and look around.
Right.
And take in your environment and look for things, you know? So the scavenger hunt will be mostly like a search. And then plus you have to remember what you're looking for, you know? Like, I don't want to give away what we're going to be looking for.
Okay, yeah,
but
we can't
it's
give
part of
away
the
that.
surprise.
Well, and also just like cognitively, because what was it? The former Surgeon General, is it Atul Gawande? He said like just walking and being able to, like you said, scan, and also be with like a loved one at the same time is the best thing for you health wise. Yeah, like everybody, including seniors.
Yeah, walking and talking.
Walking and talking.
The walking and talk test actually is if you're walking along with somebody and say, "Hey, well, what'd you have for breakfast today?" and they stop to answer you.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
because I had pancakes, and then they can walk again. That they're not good at dual tasking, right? They can't think.
You should be able to just.
You should be able. So we work on that. Like, can you just continue walking, or keep this cadence, or keep this rhythm? And even if you can't walk, can you march in place and not slow down when you have to think? You know, and keep the cadence going while you're thinking. You know, that is very good for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, do you have any plans to do more of these?
Please.
Yes. You're like, sure do.
I mean, I would love to. This has been beyond a passion project. It's something I feel like I have to do.
Yes.
Like, this has to be done. Frederick's not the only aging city. You know, it's just a nationwide, worldwide thing where everybody's getting older. There's a lot more older adults, and there's not enough infrastructure to address the growing crisis. You know, and by crisis I mean the rise of chronic disease and Alzheimer's and all the spending you have to do if you don't keep yourself healthy.
Right.
You know, you have to keep yourself healthy, and we have to really put healthy aging as like a thing everybody has to do. You know, it's just something you don't think about. It's in my community. Everybody does it. We all have to go do this. It's just something we all do.
I know when I'm like just blown away by this, I'm so excited for it. Number one, I'm a fangirl of SeniorScapes, but also just like that, it isn't everywhere. Like we have parks for children, and we have all like skate parks, and we have different for demographics. Like, why don't we have more of these?
Well, I think that they did, senior parks did kind of start to be found in communities, but it's mostly fitness based. So there's like a cluster of exercise equipment.
Right. Like as you walk, they have like a mobility station or something.
Yeah. Those ones that are sort of spread out are really not senior friendly. Right. I mean, I don't even do them. I don't even stop at the stations. Right. You know what I mean? I don't think they're as well used as they were designed to be, especially by an older adult, because there's no anyway, so they
And
started
they're like wooden and they're not so. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they started clustering them together, and here's a whole line of equipment that seniors can use, and maybe they're next to senior centers, and I love that. I mean, I'm on board.
Yeah.
The more, the better.
Yeah.
But this is a step beyond that, or
Yes.
10 steps beyond that, where we're considering balance, we're considering the brain games and the socialization and the mobility, and I mean, it's all the things around aging that can go in one place.
Yeah.
You know, like they do that with kid parks.
I know.
They play tic-tac-toe and then go down the slide and they can
Yes.
hang upside down. Like there's so many different things that the kid can do because it's good for their development.
Right.
You know, they can swing and they can jump, and it's all thought through very carefully, and it's designed, you know, in a safe way, and it's supposed to support healthy growth in kids. So this is the same, but kind of like why is this? Yeah, what's taking so long
Exactly.
to like think of this? Yeah.
Yes.
If you could leave listeners with one message about how we designed for aging, be
I like it one message.
Well,
one or two.
you can do some commas and some semicolons in there.
Yeah. The message for the listeners is that it really is going to be your responsibility. And I don't mean to like put everybody's feet to the fire, but you need to have a personal accountability for your future, right? And some things are out of your control, and some things, you know, are just going to happen to you. But you have such an important role to play in your future, and you're the driver of your ship, honestly, you know. So I know it's hard to walk 30 minutes a day or get outside, and you don't really feel like socializing today, but you need to do it because it's good for you, and because you're delaying any kind of chronic condition that might sneak up on you, or you're improving your status quo, because there's not going to be a pill. There's not going to be enough caregivers to go around. Senior housing and those sort of environments are very expensive. You know, you can delay or prevent the onset of dementia just through lifestyle things. So I really need to spread the message that this is doable, and you really can turn the tide on your aging trajectory just by doing lifestyle things. And if we put a park in your community, I'm really lowering all the barriers to that, you know?
There's no excuse.
There's no excuse, really. Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Sue Paul says it, guys. You have to get out and like take care of your health.
Yes.
Okay, wait, before we get into our trivia segment.
Oh no.
Talk to us, when is the like official ribbon cutting and from beyond? Like,
Well,
in the
great. It's
future?
coming. So the ribbon cutting is going to be on July 23rd
Okay.
at 1 p.m. at the park site. It's probably going to be pretty hot that day, so I want everybody to use their judgment
Right.
about coming out, but we'd love for people to come out and see the
Right.
park. But it'll be open from
Right.
that day forward, and come try it out.
Really?
Yeah.
So people can come.
Oh, yeah.
Like July 23rd,
Yep.
1:00, and the ribbon cutting will be happening, and you can use the park.
Yep.
Yay!
Yes.
Dr. Sue Paul, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Like I said, we're fangirls of SeniorScapes. I think it's one of those things that seems to be like, yeah, why don't we invest in this in every single community?
It just makes sense.
Also, let's fix every one of those 31 parks that you checked out and make sure that we can put a little, like, at least some
Thank you.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Agreed.
See? Agreed. Okay. So we do have a special segment.
It is called Trivia.
Quick round trivia. Okay. And now here we go.
And I got my thing.
Oh no.
I remember this time. So
He forgot about this for a while, and it really made me happy.
So before we do the trivia, I give our guests the option to take a little taste of hot sauce.
But not everyone does it, or
Not
has
everyone
to
does
do
it or has to do it.
Also, I don't even think is that open?
This is brand new. This
Okay.
is another one from McCutcheon's. It is Chesapeake hot sauce.
Ooh.
It is not their hottest, but it does say hot.
Okay.
I'm down.
Oh.
I love some hot sauce.
You know,
She's cool
I love me
too.
some hot sauce.
Oh my gosh.
any allergies or anything?
No, I'm no.
Have you ever asked anybody about
No,
their allergies?
I probably should have.
This is
very thoughtful.
the first time.
Very
I was like,
thoughtful.
oh, I didn't know.
I
you
guess
were
we'll find
doing that.
out.
Yeah.
Well, because this one has more than just like peppers in it. So this one has some Dijon mustard and vinegar, horseradish.
Really, it sounds delicious.
Well, if we find out, Dr. Sue Paul, you're the only doctor in the building.
I'm- my occupational therapy.
I
we
will let
did have-
you do the little pour.
So it's just a little
Just
taste.
a taste.
little bit.
You
Just
don't
a
have to do,
taste.
like,
I don't
a
have to
big-
drink the
no,
bottle, do
And
I?
we do have
No,
water.
but if someone dares me, I might.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah,
dog.
I'm a hot
Double
sauce.
dog.
Okay.
I'm a hot sauce nut.
Okay.
It's
Ooh,
great.
Perfect. I should have got the hot one then.
No.
No, this
that's
is
good.
this will be great.
All right.
And drum roll, please.
That is delicious.
Oh, McCutcheon's. You did
Yummy.
it
Thank you,
again.
McCutcheon's.
Oh my gosh. Dr. Sue Paul, are you
Yeah.
ready?
I might have a sip of water first. But
Yes. Okay. What common daily habit has been shown to significantly support cognitive health as we age? We already talked about it.
Walking.
Yes!
Perfect.
Walking is the answer. 30 minutes, if you can, a day. Dr. Sue Paul's got this down. Okay.
Now, which of the following has been shown to reduce fall risk and improve mood in seniors when added to outdoor public spaces?
So this is a multiple
choice.
Oh, okay.
Loud music, raised curbs, color-coded walking paths, or long staircases.
I would probably go with a color-coded walking path.
Yes!
Okay.
She's 2 for 2. Not even like a hesitation. I bet if someone asks you what you had for breakfast while you're walking, you just keep going.
Say hot sauce.
You're like, is that your breakfast?
That wasn't your breakfast, was it?
I had blueberries first, and now it's some hot sauce.
Oh, blueberries, yes, antioxidants. Okay. This is also multiple choice. What principle of design helps people with dementia navigate public spaces? Is it A, symmetry and repetition, B, low lighting and dark colors, C, open fields with few landmarks, or D, busy patterns and bright red signs?
We'll go with A.
Yes! Symmetry and repetition.
Symmetry and repetition.
You are the expert, so we had no doubt that you were going to go 3 for 3. Thank you so much for coming today. We are so excited for the 23rd. So everyone will be posting about it on social media. Lexi will have some posts out. You said 1 p.m. at Monocacy. So people can come check it out. And then after that, they can use the park. But again, it's going to be hot, so everyone use your best
please use your judgment with the heat.
Yes. And we'll have some waters and stuff. Yep. But again, if it was anything like 2 weeks ago, then it's going to be real.
No, please use your judgment.
Yes. Yeah. And anything else before we wrap up today?
No, just thank you guys for having me. This is so exciting. And this is amazing.
12 years of a lot of hard work and like dedication. We're so inspired by you, and we hope you make 47 more in Frederick and beyond.
Well, thank you.
All right.
I will. Thank you.
And we will be right back. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Phyllis. I'm the city clerk for the city of Frederick.
Hola a todos, mi nombre es Sara Brunal con el Departamento de Vivienda y Servicios Humanos.
We're here to remind everyone that there is a city election this year.
Estamos aquí para recordarles que este año tenemos elecciones en la ciudad.
Our primary election is on September 9th, and our general election is on November 4th.
Las elecciones primarias son en el 9 de septiembre y las siguientes elecciones serían en noviembre 4.
We also want to let everybody know that we have, for the first time, election districts this year.
Y también por primera vez vamos a tener distritos para elecciones este año.
You can see them here on our poster, or you can learn more about them at cityoffrederickmd.gov.
Bueno, lo pueden ver aquí en este formulario que tenemos aquí, o pueden entrar a la página de la ciudad, la cityoffrederickmd.gov.
Because we're back.
We're back, guys. And I'm a big fan of Dr. Sue Paul.
Right?
Yeah.
That was a good interview.
Yeah.
And a lot of good information.
Yeah, great information. Again, like just a fantastic idea that has come to fruition and something that our residents are really going to benefit from. And I want to just I've seen some pictures of it so far and it looks fun. Like it's not just like, oh, normal park. I mean, it really is designed for all these considerations in mind, like colorful walkway and everything she mentioned.
I'm eager to get out there at the the ribbon cutting.
Oh yeah,
to see everything.
Yeah,
maybe to use some of it because I'm getting up there in age.
No. Yeah, 25-year-old Ed. Also, she did the hot sauce challenge. Really cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, so that was great.
I wasn't
expecting brand new
that.
hot sauce. So.
Thanks, McCutcheons is not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
We do not make money off this podcast.
Or what is
that it?
Sure, I guess.
Okay, so Ed, we've missed you. I know that you were gone for a little bit.
Gone for a little bit.
But you were at the beach.
I was at the beach.
And how'd you like it?
It was very nice.
Any cool stuff happen there?
I got engaged.
I mean, that's kind of big, right?
Yeah, sure.
I was wondering if you were going to say it.
So yes, I did.
Congratulations.
And put a ring on it.
He put a ring on
Not my
his,
favorite, but-
now his fiance. So congratulations to Ed. We are so excited.
Yes, my fiance. Love you, Shay.
Aw, love you, Shay. So not only is Ed getting engaged, we're having a new senior park, but it's also summer season.
It is summer season.
Which means big happenings in the city of Frederick.
Big
And to
happenings.
help highlight some of these city, county, and downtown Frederick events, we've created a page on our website where we list some information for residents. So you can find that at frederickmd.gov/events. We're also going to put, I think, because it's the end of the month now, we're going to put out a social media post that highlights some of those. And so it's not just city events. It's
Yep.
also like Downtown Frederick Partnership and like Celebrate Frederick, some other partners that
Lots of useful information.
That's correct.
And boy, is it a hot one out there.
That's true.
Frederick is feeling the heat.
That's right.
It was hot in Florida. I got back up here. It was way hotter.
It was way hotter up here. That's not good.
Extreme temperatures aren't just uncomfortable. They can also be dangerous.
That's right.
Especially for older adults, young children, and people without access to air conditioning.
That's right.
So the city has tips and resources to help you stay safe during the extreme heat.
Mm-hmm.
You stay safe and you stay safe.
That's right.
Including cooling centers, hydration reminders, and more. You can visit frederickmd.gov/extreme heat to learn how to stay cool and protect your health.
Love it. So stay safe, stay hydrated, stay cool.
Stay cool, Frederick.
So also something we want to highlight is the semi-quincentennial, say
Yeah.
that 5 times fast, of our country.
No.
So our country is turning 250 years old next year. And we recently celebrated one of our USA 250 events. We had the Maryland Rifle Company
Right, yes.
anniversary out there. So for those who don't know, we have a USA 250 page, and we're proud to join communities across the nation in celebrating the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States of America. And so while it's next year, we are having events leading up to the end of next year, 2026. And so we've created a page on our website where you can check out local events, programs, and partnerships commemorating this milestone in American history. You can find that at frederickmd.gov/USA250.
The webpage, the city webpage, has a lot of information.
It's got a lot of good stuff recently, guys. A lot of good stuff recently.
You should go visit it anyway.
Yeah, go visit it.
But we want to hear from you.
Yeah, we do.
So please email us at behindthespires@cityfrederickmd.gov.
That's I was like, what? A pause. Behind the Spires at cityoffrederickmd.gov.
Pause for dramatic effect.
Another pause. And what's that again?
Behind the Spires at cityfrederickmd.gov.
That's right.
To let us know what you'd want to hear, what questions you have, who you'd like us to interview,
And other cool stuff.
Other cool stuff.
Probably. And what's the reminder
Well,
to the people?
remember to like and subscribe to us on Spotify,
Mm-hmm.
Apple, Amazon, and YouTube. Also, before we dip on back behind the Spires, we ask just a teeny tiny little favor. Tell your friends about your time here with us, and if you get a chance, a simple 5-star review. You can even do that right in your podcast app, so your support will help us grow, and we'd really appreciate it.
That's right. And do you want to leave the people just 2 reminders? Come to the July 23rd ribbon cutting if it's not too hot. And
Yes.
then what is the quote
The quote
that we've missed?
Actually,
Actually, I've been saying it.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well, I've messed it up several times, but
Well, I want to thank everybody for hanging out behind the Spires. And remember, kindness costs us nothing, but it means everything.
bye, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.